तुमसे मिलकर तुमको है बताना धीरे धीरे से मेरी जिंदगी में आना धीरे धीरे से दिल को चुराना तुमसे प्यार हमें है कितना जाने जाना तुमसे मिलकर तुमको है बताना तेरी मेरी स्टोरी जैसे बिग बैंग थ्योरी में सुनाऊं चोरी चोरी ये सबको तू मुझसे दूर मैं यहाँ पे मजबूर शिकवा करूं मैं ये रब को एक दिन तुम बिन बीते लगे साल मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल कभी अपना मुझे तो बताओ ना और लौट कर वापस कभी मेरे पास आओ ना सोता हूँ कभी रोता हूँ तेरे बिना ओ सनम पाकर सब कुछ खोता हूँ तेरे बिना ओ सनम सोता हूँ कभी रोता हूँ तेरे बिना ओ सनम पाकर सब कुछ खोता हूँ तेरे बिना ओ सनम तेरी मेरी तेरी एक जिंदड़ी what to do झूमूं मैं नाचूं मैं गाऊं के लिखूं तेरे लिए मैं क्या करूं
Good evening, everyone. Hey, welcome to the Caribbean Voice presentation of the Mind-Body Connection. Happy Thursday. It's happy
Tuesday.
Monday.
Monday, yes.
It is Monday. I'm thinking it's Thursday, and he's thinking it's Tuesday. So we're all in our own world. But whatever day it is, we had a fantastic day. We had a productive day, and I was out and about. I did some collection for Caribbean Voice again. So yes, thank you guys for calling us, and I did stop by and pick up all your donations today. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday, and if you're not, well, join our conversation. We love to hear from you guys. Let's say good night to some of our folks locked on. We have Mr. Sham Talak from the Save Abby organization and a vital member for the Caribbean Voice. Good night to you, sir. Mr. Ryan Ramsing, always supporting us. And hey, the Caribbean Voice. Good night to Rodney. How you doing? David and Das, the beautiful Neela Pawaru Narayan from the Caribbean Voice, our own. Zabida Mohammed, good night to you. Geeta Prashad, good night to you. Thank you very much. Anju, how you doing? Terry Singh, Amir Khan, Naz, good night to you. Ishan, Jagnanan. Hey Davy Chan, good night to you. And Suncoast Inflatables, good night. Auntie Nalini and Michael Naidu, good night to you. Sanjay, how are you doing? Mr. Indradeep Paul, the new Lions Club coming up really good. Thank you for cooperating in our community, making a difference. Good night to you, sir. Hey Mr. Omar Rajput, that is the Michael Jackson guy. Good night, good night. Thank you guys for your love and your support. Sharing is caring, as we do have a very informative topic we want to talk about, and it's titled,
we're going to talk about breast cancer. Good night, everyone. Thanks for locking in. I want to say hello to my Geeta is watching. Arvinda Aditya Joan Kam is watching. One of my special friend, Rajiv Nandalal. He's tuning tonight. That's a good thing. I'm so glad you guys tune in, because you know what, tonight is a very serious and important topic we're going to talk about. Breast cancer.
Last week we focused on prostate cancer awareness, and we didn't change our memo, but because it's still cancer awareness, we want to get you guys involved, you girls involved, in sharing your experience. The beautiful Sony David Saran, good night to you. Jorge Sankar is on. Hey Johnny, good night to you. Rodney, thank you very much. Mr. Nelson, Reddy, and David and Das. Ravindra, how you doing? Dear Ramdal, Vinita Ali, good night to you. Where is Mr. Muhammad Ali? Mr. Muhammad Ali, call us Caribbean Voice for a donation on wheelchairs. Thank you very much. Mr. Kamal Hamid, I'll be seeing you in Toronto this weekend. And yes, Sham Sundar it is. That's right. Mr. Jacob Ramsamy from Toronto, good night to you. Aditya, how you doing? Homesh Kamta, Reshma, Paul Singh, good night. Let's recap on our few programs we had previously. We did in March, starting last week, Mindfulness.
We did prostate cancer.
And recap on Mindfulness, because we have a lot more new listeners, viewers watching us tonight.
Yes.
Mindfulness is try not to overwhelm yourself. Focus on one thing at a time, because
and now we think about what's going on right now.
Stop thinking of too many things we cannot deal with.
Exactly. So you don't want to overwhelm yourself, guys. You know, one of the things that bothered me this week. Girls and all the passenger died, and so we want to, you know, may God bless their soul. You know, it's so
It
sad
was
that you
indeed a
lose
tragic
so much people. Yeah.
tragedy. We woke up to that bad news, and it's very sad. I see doctors and professors on there
Yes,
at the
yes,
flight, you
yes.
know. As we're all trying to live life to the fullest, we never know when disaster arise. So, yes, guys, our previous topic we talk about, and these topics are coming from you, the viewers out there who are requesting information. Mr. Hiram, my co-host, is a very informative nurse. And for those of you who are new to our program, tell us a little bit more about your background. We always have new folks joining us.
Okay, my name is Ram Prasad. I live in Queens. I'm a detox nurse, and I also do. I work in psychiatric nursing too. So many years of nursing. I've been a nurse since I was
Detox nurse.
Yes,
Right.
I was a cardiac nurse for many years. I spent 17 years at a hospital, and now I'm taking it at things a little easier, Shanaz. I'm now specialized
Focusing
working
on family,
detox and some
detox,
detox nursing, and yes, I get to spend a lot of time now with my family, not working 2 full-time job as usual.
Right.
And like as usual, I say that myself and you, we are committed to bring this program to you guys every week.
Week after week, we
because-
put aside whatever we have planned for
Right.
Monday night. We take off from our jobs. And that's what I like about the Caribbean Voice, not just us. All of our members from the Caribbean Voice make time. It's a non-for-profit organization, but they're making time to go out there and do the work, whether it's counseling for someone or reaching out to a family member for a support group. We are there in Guyana and here abroad. Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us right here on Island Zone Radio. Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. is the Caribbean Voice presentation of the Mind-Body Connection. It's important to have a healthy mind and body.
Exactly. So I want to say a shout out to Varshini. I didn't shout her out last week, and so she reminded me just to make sure that I said, "Hi, my dear. How you doing? I hope you are taking care of things." All right. I didn't see some of our regular on watching us
Last
tonight.
week we as much as everyone was in the Mandir celebrating their religious night,
Right.
we did have a lot of comments, very informative comments, saying the program was well put together. And hey, sometimes it doesn't matter about the quantity, it's the quality of program you produce, and it's continue being viewed on Facebook, and we're getting calls, and we're getting very good calls. So thank you guys very much. Mr. Deo Ramlal, good night to you. How you doing? Arvinda, good night to you. Kamal Hamid, thank you very much. Babsi Madrumutu, Paul Singh, good night. Reshma, Dinesh, before we go forward, and when Mr. Hiram Holt to talk, he could really get some details in there. So we like to give you guys all the awareness on yourself and recognition, because you are our viewers, our precious, precious viewers.
Yes.
We do value each and every one of you. Share the video so someone else can reach out to us, the Caribbean Voice. Mr. Mahabir from Mahabir Records, good night to you, sir. Bibi Singh, how you doing? Kareem Shah, good night to you. Auntie Maharani Dubey, and the no Janjat guy, Mr. Shabir Baksh, a very loyal friend of SMS. Thank you very much for joining us.
I see BB Singh join. Thank you very much. I see Sobnat Hiralal all the way from Anna Katrina in Guyana on the west coast of Nara watching. Thank you guys for watching. And I want to tell you guys, please make sure you share this important thing, this important topic we are talking about. Please share our videos so that people can get to watch it and see what's going on.
There's only so much share we could do, and sometimes we get blocked.
We get blocked from
sharing.
Facebook.
So guys,
So we really do.
help us share, and you're already a member of the Caribbean Voice. And we will appreciate you guys in future. We have t-shirts, and we're going out, for people who are always supporting us and sharing our videos. I would like to give them t-shirts also, to show our appreciation. So, without further ado, welcome, and let's get into breast cancer, some signs and some symptoms. And if you know someone that's suffering, you can also have them call in or have them comment in our chat.
Hey, my Aunt Dolores Sigobin from Hartford City is locked in. Thank you for watching. And so tonight, let's say that we're going to talk about breast cancer, and it's a very serious topic we're going to talk about. Breast cancer is actually one of the most commonest cancer among women. It's the second latest cancer. And it says in this year alone, you have 1 in 8 U.S. women will be diagnosed with breast cancer, which is about 12%. And you have 2 forms of cancer in the breast. You have the invasive and the non-invasive. And we want to say the invasive cancer, and I'm telling you, I want to break this down for you guys to understand. The invasive one is the one that spreads and around the breast, and then it can metastasize to different parts of the body. and you have the non-invasive one that just sits right there in the milk duct or in the breast and doesn't go anywhere.
Just sitting there, it takes a long time before you have to really monitor it.
And so we will talk about that. You know, in 2019, estimated of 268,000 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in women. You know, and we will have like 62,000 of non-invasive breast cancer we expect to be diagnosed during this year. About 41,760 women in the U.S. are expected to die of breast cancer, and that is a lot. 41,000.
That's
over
a lot.
1,000
With the technology we have right now, and if everyone make it their duty to go and have an annual or semi-annual checkup, you know, as we say, early detection is better prevention.
Right, and you know, there is a decrease, Shanaz, in breast cancer survival rate. You know, women under 50 years have experienced a larger decrease, and one of the things you were saying is that they have increased awareness, things like what we are doing here tonight is that we are talking about it, and people are talking about the awareness of cancer. So what now people doing? They're going and check themselves, self-check, and they're advanced. There's a lot of treatment going on. You know, cancer in this country. They're doing a lot of new researches, so that's a good thing. And the other thing is that early detection, as we know that early detection is the key. So we will tell you in a few minutes, you know, how you go about doing this early detection and early screening and so on, which is very important. In women under 45, breast cancer is more common in African American women. You know, as of January, there are more than 3.1 million women with a history of breast cancer in the United States. This includes women currently being treated and women who have finished treatment. A woman's risk of breast cancer nearly doubles if she has a relative, a mother, sister, daughter who has been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I will explain to you in just a few minutes more about this. About 85% of breast cancer occur in women who have no family history of breast cancer. And you know, one of the things that happens is that women is the aging process. People are living longer now. So what happened at some time down the line, they will get breast cancer. So, as we said, early detection is the key for all of this. We want to say, you know, Shanaz, starting the program is, you start to develop your breast, and I know that you will help me out with this more because of your experience. I know you are a woman.
We have a lot of female patients.
Yes, and I want our viewers to also share their information, share what they know, so we can help other people.
And educate our youngsters, our girls coming up there, you know. Hey, good night, Auntie Sheila, Mata Prasad, Auntie Gina, Mango, good night to you. Hey, Satesh Prasad of Toronto, good night to you. The beautiful Mala, Harry Prasad of Toronto. I'll be seeing you guys this weekend. I am so excited. Hey, Jalari Sigawin, good night to you from Connecticut. Hey, Robbie Bisoon, good night to you. Maureen, how you doing tonight? Thank you guys for sharing. Sharing is caring. And yes, the Caribbean Voice is a non-for-profit organization. As we say, 5 minutes of your time could save a life. And we have volunteers around the world making a difference when it comes to counseling. If you talk to anyone, they will testify that, you know, they reach out to Caribbean Voice on a topic that they were worried about one of their family members going through something. And guess what? We have a regular chat box, and everybody that inboxed here in our chat, it goes to the closest member in that area. So once we had a call from Essequibo, and I directly put that information in our group chat, and the next counselor in Essequibo reached out to that member.
Oh, beautiful.
So it was like in a 10 minutes response period. And obviously every day we're getting calls making a difference. So thank you guys for supporting us.
And what I want to say too is not only women get breast cancer, men get breast cancer too. And Shanaz, you know, a couple of years ago, the president of North General Hospital, he died of breast cancer. And what I want to say is that, you know, 1 in every 100 men will get breast cancer, those who are diagnosed.
Right.
You know, so it's good to know that not only women would get breast cancer.
And the signs and the symptoms are the same.
You know what I'm saying? Less than 1% of all breast cancer occur in men. And in 2019, we are expecting over 2,000 men to be diagnosed with breast cancer. So
that's a lot.
It's a lot, and we need to do something about this. And we are, like what we are doing here now, we are raising awareness with breast cancer. as you know, like I said, as a young girl growing up, you should know your breast and know this important.
Just
know
like
the
you
size,
know your eyes, how
right?
it is, how it looks, when it's normal, when it's abnormal, how it feels. You should know every part of your body. And the earlier you go to the doctor, a better chance of getting anything.
Yes, and it's important too, like we were saying, the size, the shape of your breast. You want to know if there's any lump in the breast. You want to know if there's any indentation in the breast and so on. So from young, as you're
Growing
young,
up,
it's good to observe your breast and see how it's looking. And I'm not saying that you watch at your breast every. I know,
But it's good for health purposes.
Yes.
We're getting familiar with our body parts.
You can even touch your breast and see how it feels. You
Self-exam,
want to know
right.
how it feels.
So when something does happen on the unusual side,
You know
okay,
exactly,
it doesn't look
yeah.
right, it doesn't feel right.
We are saying that even if you notice there's any different shape in your breast and so on. We'll talk about signs and symptoms in just a minute, but it's good to know. I always say in nursing terms, know the baseline of what your breast really looks like, So let's go. We're going to talk about, as we know that it starts in the breast and it could later on down the line go to the lungs and the different parts of the body, and you have to pay attention, right? Occur both in men and women, as far as, and we know that it's more common in women. Substantial support for breast cancer awareness and research funding has helped create an advance in the diagnosis and treatment of breast cancer. Breast cancer survival rate have increased, and the number of deaths associated with this disease is steadily declining, as we say, because of early detection. And it's good that people are paying attention to themselves, and so that they could live longer and live a more healthy life. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about symptoms now if you want, Shanaz.
Right. Well, we have a lot of viewers. As we get your attention span, we'll play a very nice oldies because, we love giving back. And I believe music on its own is very therapeutic. And we'll get into that and a big topic later on the Caribbean Voice presentation of Mind-Body Connection. Neil Sakai, good night to you. How you doing? My beautiful friend Kamlini Roy, good night to you. Mr. Jacob Ramsamy, good night to you. Auntie Sheila Basdale, I'll be seeing you April 27 for Chutney Wine. That is another non-for-profit show we're having at the beautiful Amazur Concert Hall. I love giving back, and this is what we're doing. Also, we have an upcoming event for the Caribbean Voice Concert for Hope. Will be July 13th. I'll keep you posted with that. Mr. Stanley Ramseren, good night to you. Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us. And I believe the beautiful Mala Hari Prasad of Toronto have an important message. And let's read it.
She said self-check is important. Knowing your body is important too. Be aware of little changes in your body and see your family doctor regularly. I get a mammogram done every 6 months as a precaution, as I have a low lump, which are non-cancerous. So we're going to talk about the mammogram, which is important that you do these things. And she is doing the right thing. She is checking. You have to keep an eye on these things because you don't know what's going to happen. I see your friend Una tuned in.
Auntie Una, good night to you. Harry George, good night to you. I'll see you soon. Your Ginger, good night to you. Thank you guys very much. Mr. Suresh Sugrim, good night to you. The beautiful Sarah Majramutu in Toronto, how you doing? Princess Sarah, good night. Arvin Manbod, good night to you. Imran Mohammed, Mr. Suresh Sugrim, thank you very much. Mr. Riyad Mohammed, we have an oldie selected for you guys. Do enjoy. We'll be right back.
So, when we play most. So after. आज फिर तुम पे प्यार आया है, बेहद और बेशुमार आया है. आज फिर तुम पे प्यार आया है, आज फिर तुम पे प्यार आया है, बेहद और बेशुमार आया है.
हे, फिर देख रहा है. आज आंख सेक रहा है, कल हाथ सेकेगा. आज ढील छोड़ रहा है, कल खुद ही रोकेगा. आज मेरे लिए चेयर खींच रहा है, कल मेरी स्कर्ट खींचेगा. खींचेगा कि नहीं? लूं 200 गम हो उड़न छू ऊंचे से ऊंचा बंदा पोटी पे बैठे नंगा फिर काहे की सोसाइटी साली काहे का पाखंडा भेजे से कलेजे के कलेजे से मिट जाए हमारोगे तो जियोगे हमारा दम
Everyone loved the oldies, so we have selected a few oldies for you guys because you're asking for it, and if you're joining us and supporting us, we do what you like, right? Good night to Errol Majamutu, how are you doing? Thank you to the beautiful Savitri Chan, how are you doing? Mala Harprasad, she said she meant 2 lumps that was non-cancerous, and I believe you found that because of going to the doctor early. Auntie Minwati Ramprasad will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, so coming from the Caribbean Voice, we'd like to say happy birthday to you. And we'll go right into our feature program, continuing with the topic of breast cancer tonight.
So now we're going to talk about the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. You know, a lump or thickening that feels different from the surrounding tissue. And this is what I tell you, Shanaz, is that you need to know if you feel any lump in your breast, you should take heed of it and pay attention to it. The other thing is, from what I was told, is that when ladies get the menstrual every month, the breast changes. And so you have to know these things.
Right.
The different changes that happens to you every month. And like I said, let it be a baseline, so that when you check your breast, the next time you know exactly what you're looking for. And if you check, it's advisable that you check your breast the same date of every month. Let's say that you're checking it on the 19th of every month or the 20th. Go ahead and check it on the same time every month and see what you're looking for. If you feel any breast or anything, any changes, any lump or anything, right? You check for the changes in the size, the shape, and the appearance of the breast. Now, since you know that the shape of your breast from before, you will notice if there's any changes going on. And another thing is that you check for the skin over the breast, if it's scaly, if there's any dimpling of the breast. Also, the nipple of the breast. You want to see if that nipple, if it's retracted. It's very important, and I think that's a really good indication that you're having breast cancer. Another thing that I want to tell you is
that's a sign that not a lot of folks are aware of.
Yes,
that's a very important.
And I want to put it in our gynae's talk is that if you see that breast nipple is pulling in,
okay,
it's really something you should watch for and pay attention to it, and you need to take heed of those kind of things. Any changes in the breast. But I want to tell you this and advise you this too, that not every little thing that you see happen, you will get excited and say, oh my God, right, I got breast cancer. There's things
Don't
that
be
you
the
will
judge
do.
of that. You do exams, you do following testing, and you go to the doctor.
Also, you look for peeling, scaling, any crusting or flaking of the pigmented area of the skin. You know, the black part of your areola. Yes, that you look for that part. If there's any changes that you need to pay heed to, right?
So, ladies, maybe we should have you guys do an exam right after our topic here tonight.
Yeah.
Make that your duty. Let's go in the bathroom and examine your 2 precious apples.
Yes. And so you would look for any redness, pitting of the skin. If there any different changes in the skin, when you press your breast, if it stay down or if it comes out back, over the breast, look like the skin. And you know what it says is the skin on your breast looks like an orange. How orange outside looks,
right,
the skin can look just like that. So you have to really pay attention to your breast.
So if it should be looking orange, is that a healthy look?
It's no healthy look. That's
it's not a healthy look. Okay, so guys and girls, if you're seeing a discoloration in your breast, and when it comes to skin cancer, you could detect, the marks or the signs. It's very easy to detect skin cancer. But when it comes to breast cancer, it's a little tricky So yes, if it's starting to look orange, you don't need an orange on your chest.
Yeah, that texture on the orange skin, you know how it look kind of a lumpy a little bit. You don't want that to happen to you. That's when you really need to take heed and to go to, go and see a doctor. Like I said, don't stress yourself out and diagnose every time you get a little pain in your
Right,
breast.
it happens.
That
You know,
means-
our body
yeah.
go through changes every day. Mr. Horace Sankar, I believe he did his own examination. He said they look beautiful. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us. Mr. Shabir Baksh wrote, due to the recent unfortunate diagnosis of my 2 young ladies very close to me, I would advise girls in their 20s. Wow, in their 20s. And I know before that was, they said if you reach 40, you should go get your self-exam. But he said young girls in their 20s should have their selves checked out.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Shabir Baksh.
Good night to you.
Maya Sahoye, good night to you. Thank you very much. Hey, if you guys know someone like Mr. Shabir who's suffering from something, do tell us the signs and the symptoms, as they all may vary.
So I'm learning from Maya. If I'm reading correctly, it says that you said good night to you and your guest. I would like to send out my deepest sympathy to the families and friends from the plane crash. Maya from Guyana. Okay, I thought
That's
somebody
right.
from Guyana. That what Maya is
Right,
sending out.
our
And thank you
condolences
very
to
much for sharing your
Ethiopian
concern.
Airline.
We should love everybody in the world.
We
you know
should,
what I'm saying?
yes. You never know who could be on that flight, and
Yes.
unfortunate events happening.
It's 18 countries. People from 18 countries, I think, died in
Not
that plane
just
crash from
Ethiopia.
Canada,
Wow.
United States.
I have a
and
beautiful
Europe.
doctor. She's from Ethiopia, so
Oh, yeah?
yeah, very beautiful doctor. And let's read the beautiful Mala Hari Prasad wrote.
She said, excellent topic, guys. Our Guyanese women are shy about discussing these things. It's really important to take it seriously about breast cancer kills a lot of women in North America. Mala, I tell you what, it is very, I'm glad you wrote that. But, yes, our Guyanese women are shy, and I would advise, and that's why I'm bringing these things to you. We are not doctors. Myself and Shanaz, we are not doctors. But we are two concerned human beings who want to help our Guyanese people and people around the world to bring awareness to things that I know
Could help
people.
us all. And our motto is, your health is your wealth. That's something you cannot walk into a store and buy. Like, you could replace a television, you could replace a microphone or a cell phone, but you cannot replace your health. And before it gets too serious, do reach out and get yourself examined.
Yes, and I see Marla says yes. I see Ryan is on. Thank you very much, Ryan, for tuning in. I see Miss Lena is on. Thank you very much, Lena. She's always been a great person, inspiration to all of us. So we want to say that if you find a lump or any change in your breast, that is the right time to go and see your doctor and let your doctor tell you exactly what's going on. We don't know what really causes breast cancer. We don't know exactly what's causing breast cancer. Doctor knows breast cancer occurs with someone breast cell begins to grow, and how it starts to grow. The bad one is growing rather than the good one, and the bad one is outgrowing the good one, and it starts to really multiply by twos. Like it starts to multiply 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, and so on. So it outgrow your good cells, which is very very important to know. Okay. Cells may spread throughout your body, through your lymph nodes and to other parts of your body. And that's why when we say, and I always want to tell you these words, it's metastasized. And if you go to your doctor and he says, listen, that your cancer has been metastasized to different parts in your body, that means it's spreading. And like I said last week, when we were talking about prostate cancer, when your cancer is in one localized area, let's say your breast, right, that's good, that you have a good chance of survival. But when it's spread to different parts of your body, then there is a lot of problems there. You have to fight more. Also, while I was reading, and they said you get back pain and so on for this thing. Your breast, you get some discharges because you only supposed to get, nothing really supposed to comes out of a breast unless you're breastfeeding.
Right.
And if you're breastfeeding, you get milk. But if you see that you're like bloodish stuff or pus or any of these things, any kind of secretions coming out of your breast, it is a good time to stop and think of what's going on and to get help. You get pain. If you get back pain or your chest pain and you see it's not going away within a couple of days, you need to go and check that out and see what's really going on. So as we go on, more things will come to mind, and we will talk more of some of the signs that you can really do. And it's important, guys, to if you have your wife and you see something that's different and something feels different, I always like to bring men in the picture, and partner especially. If you have your partner and you see something different with the breast, you see some pus coming out, you see it's swollen a little bit, or you feel it's a little hard or something, or when you're touching her breast and she feel it's tender, you feel a little tenderness.
Encourage her to go get it examined, go by a doctor, get it checked out.
And it's always good, like I said before, Shanaz, how important it is to have your partner in your care and in everything that's going on. It's very important, okay? We want to say that research have identified hormonal, lifestyle, and environment factor that may increase your risk of breast cancer. So, they said sometimes where you live can cause cancer, like, and we'll talk about lungs cancer next week, and we'll talk about what happened at 9/11. So when we said we got hormonal, you got lifestyle changes, you have environmental factor that may increase the risk of breast cancer. But it's not clear why some people who have no risk develop breast cancer, yet other people who have the risk never do. It's likely that breast cancer is caused by a complex interaction of your genetic makeup and your environment. Now, let me make this one very clear. I want to say hello to Miss Bibi Amina. She's watching here too, just came back. Glad you're back. So, Shanaz, what this study is saying, and this is all study done, it says that some people who have, let's put it like this, if you have a mother or a sister or any close relative that with breast cancer, is that your chances double for you to get breast cancer. However, on the other side, what studies have found is that because some people who have all these risks, the double risk, sometime in their lifetime, they never get breast cancer. And then on the flip side again to this, some people who have no risk or any predisposal factor, they're the ones sometimes that get these breast cancers. So it's so different, and that's why it's important to check these things. And sometimes
you might be surprised that, our family doesn't have it, but here you are. We take it for granted that, our family history. When we go to the doctor, the questionnaire we're filling out is very important. Sometimes it feels like we're filling out a questionnaire for our family, but it goes to generation to show and to help us detect ourselves better.
Exactly so. I see Joshua Pramal. Thank you very much.
Mr. Joshua Pramal, good night to you. Mr. Dindyal Singh, how you're doing? Flavor Child, good night to you. Hey, Venom Hussein, good night to you. And my good friend, he knows I love all the Khans, Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Saif Ali Khan. And hey, in New York, it's Mr. Farad Khan. Good night to you.
Wow, you know all these Khans, and you know all the names so fluent with the names.
I know all the Khans.
I see Ona Khan is listening. She's quietly. Well, thank you very much. And we always talk now and again. It's your friend that I stole from you. But no, we are sharing her. We are sharing
our friends, Good night to Riaz Ali. Thank you very much, Mr. Farad Khan and I. We go way back as childhood friends, and he's always supportive of everything we're doing.
That's
and he's supporting the Caribbean voice. So, guys, thank you for sharing. Sharing is always caring. If you know someone that's struggling with any type of cancer, do have them in our chat box. We would like to hear from them. So send the link and they will respond to us in our chat. Let's go with an oldie. Oldies are goldies. Let's go.
Yep.
Hey, good night to the beautiful Angela Ramsaran. Select a bit. I'll be seeing you in Toronto. Sanita Seocharan, good night to you. Z, how you doing? Thank you guys very much. Let's go with the dance items. I want you guys to get up and start dancing. Dancing is its own medicine, and music is its own therapy on its own. Mr. Russell Link, good night to you. Stanley Ramcharan, good night. Maureen Ramcharan, good night to you. Special dedication to all of you from the Caribbean Voice. That's right, we know the tunes that will keep you up, will lift your spirits, and take you back in a moment of time. Bibi Hawk, good night to you. Maureen Ramcharan, good night to you. Mr. Shabir Baksh is dancing, and I'm glad we're able to lift your spirits a little bit. It's a beautiful day in NYC, but you never know what someone is experiencing. You never know how was your day at work. We do care. We are the Caribbean Voice, a non-for-profit organization. Hey, Mr. Anthony Prasad, good night to you. Yes, he is volunteering for the Concert of Hope that's happening in NYC, July 13th. So guys, keep it in mind. Mark your calendars. Maya Sahoyi, good night to you. Thank you guys very much. We're hand selecting the tunes that you do enjoy.
Yeah, Angela Ramsaran, you are trouble girl. Yes, I am Dr. Love tonight. I want to say hello to my neighbor, my good neighbor, Debbie Roberts. Thanks for watching, and thanks for always supporting me in all that I do. Bibi Hawk, thanks for tuning in. You know, it's always good to see you. So next, let me talk about inherited breast cancer, right? Doctor estimated about 5 to 10% of breast cancers are linked to gene mutation, which pass on from generation to generation, right? If you have a strong family history of breast cancer or any other cancer, your doctor may recommend that you do a blood test, right? And this will help identify any kind of mutation of cancer that pass on within your family,
right?
Which
for
is
the
a good
men,
thing to do.
For the men, we do a PSA level, and for the women,
we're gonna go into all of that in a few minutes. What we do to know. If you want, we can talk. You can do ultrasound, right? You do a chest X-ray. They could probably see something, but to be very specific, is that you do that mammogram. That you do that mammogram test, every so often, every year. If you are, let's say that you have a strong history of breast cancer, you need to get it
do
earlier.
not wait for 40. 40 seems to be so far away now.
So you get it done quite often. So, like we said, and it's good. And that's a good thing, Shanaz. When you go and you do these mammograms every year, it's good. Because what happens, in case you have it, early detection, again, we talk about early detection, you detect it, you get it treated, you can live many productive years. So that's a good thing.
And you're giving yourself a peace of mind knowing that you went to your doctor, you're taking care of yourself, because so often we're all busy taking care of others that you neglect yourself. And yes, as the beautiful, everyone is in the chat box saying that we do need to take care of ourselves. The beautiful Mala said she had her examined very early. Auntie Una did hers. Auntie Line said she had hers examined. So yes, a lot of gynaes, women and men, they feel like it's uneasy to go get themselves checked out, but it's part of your health care. Yes. Your health is your wealth, and do take care of yourself today. I must say, I was a little disappointed at my uncle because he waited a really long time. In 5 years, he haven't been to the doctor. So now, of course, when he went, I said, well, make sure you check your cholesterol, make sure you check your blood pressure and your sugar, and everything seemed to be off balance. Everything was high. So when you have cholesterol, it's high chance of heart disease and cholesterol, sugar, and so it's, you shouldn't be going to your doctor. Yeah, you should be going to your doctor. I mean, most of us have insurance these days. We're paying for it. Why not go get ourselves looked at? Good night to each and every one of you. You're locked on to the Caribbean Voice presentation of the Mind-Body Connection every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Island Zone Radio.
And what we want to say, Shanaz, is that, which I think I said earlier, if you have a strong history of breast cancer, that does not mean that you're going to get it. Let's stress that. If your mother have it, doesn't mean that you as a child is going to get it. It could skip generations too. So don't stress yourself if you you have.
How about the diet and exercise?
We're going to talk about that too.
Right.
Yes.
Everything plays a role into what we're doing.
Many women who develop breast cancer have no known risk factors, as we talked before. So, like again, you doesn't have to have any risk factor to be diagnosed with this, right? One of the things is that just being a woman is a risk factor that you will get. You can get breast cancer. And the other thing is, like we said earlier, is that you live longer than you can get it. You know what I'm saying? You increase
some things we inherited, know, sometimes we don't inherit it. Mr. Ramdial Kishun from Allstate Insurance, good night to you. Miss Bibi Haq is at work, but she's trying to lock onto our program as she finds it very informative. And we hope you guys could pass it along and tell a friend that every Monday, the Caribbean Voice is on and we care about your well-being. We care about your health because we say your health is your wealth and 5 minutes of your time could save a life. So sharing is always caring.
And we want to talk to tonight, which we didn't get to talk about last week, is Anand Budram, the president of our organization. He just wrote a book and published a book, and so some of the proceeds from his book will be going to the non-profit organization. So guys, do support it. It's called Slices of Life, and we've been getting a lot of good feedback from this book. Everyone, a couple of friends of mine in Queens reserved their book
Their copies already, so get your copy. It's a good read. Everyone is saying get a slice of life. So
That's
yes,
right.
let's get it as we're supporting the Caribbean Voice by purchasing that.
And I'm so glad my two sons, Ken and Kevin Ramprasad, is tuning in and listening to Daddy talking. So, you know, I always tell them.
Good night to you, Ken, and the beautiful Geeta Ramprasad. Good night to you, Aditya. How you're doing?
Aditya is living in East, stays by us. So they all love you too, Shana. So that's a good thing.
I'm well loved in the Ramprasad family.
Yes, I know. Thank you very much for your pickle the other day. God, I eat it every day.
Oh my goodness, and that's part of my health regimen. It was, I think it was bitter melon, garlic, pepper,
Yes.
and cucumbers.
Yeah, and you put some nice vinegar inside. Lord, I
Right.
eat it every day.
That's right,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
good.
very good for your cholesterol. So guys, make yourself that's something that you like. Not everything should be flavorful, but some things are beneficial to us.
Yes.
Like having a little bit of bitter melon in our diet.
Yeah, my pick. Miss me, Angela Ramsaran. Where's your black cat? I haven't heard you talk anything about your black cat tonight.
Maybe
So-
she painted it white.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Now, you know, another thing is that a personal history of breast cancer. If you had breast cancer in one breast, you have an increased risk of developing it in the other breast. So, like we were saying, if you have it,
Rotate
one
and
breast,
move
it could
around.
move around, go from one breast to the other. And chances are, Kishana, that if you get breast cancer one time, it could come back again. So you will need to be vigilant about your care and the things that you do and the help that you get. And you know, and always good to have a good doctor, one who you can trust and who you can trust with your care and your life, that can always advise you of the best thing that you can do. We see our guy in the sign there, Fazal Ghani.
Fazal Ghani, good night to you, representing Canada and homeland Guyana. Good night to you. The video you guys are watching is the Caribbean Voice shipment that recently arrived in Guyana. So we have a lot of medical supplies going out. If you know someone in need of a wheelchair, a cane, or something of medical, let us know. We'll get it delivered to you. Christina Goldcole, good night to you. Carrie Brad, how are you doing tonight? The beautiful Maya Sahoye wrote, good night. I'm having a serious problem with my migraine headache. Can you please talk about that? Well, we'll do some research and we'll get back to you with migraine.
I can tell you, Maya, I can give you a little bit about that. We can deviate a little because we want to please you guys, and
Right.
we want you to be informed. And you said you have a headache for a long time.
20 years
yes,
now.
you know, it's something that you should think about and ask your doctor to do something like a CT scan. And if that doesn't pick up anything, they can always do a migraine headache. And I want to tell you a story, and I'm glad that you wrote this, that my sister, she had a persistent headache for a long time. And luckily that I was working at a hospital, and so I told my friend, I said, you know what, I want you to check my sister out because she's having this headache. We went to Canada, and he likes to party. We went to Caravana.
Okay.
He went to Caravana. He's from Nigeria, a doctor at my hospital. So we drive in and so on. I'm telling him, I said, man, I need to do this. And he did check my sister out. He did a CT scan. And when they did the CT scan, you would not believe, they saw a big adenoma, a non-cancerous growth in her pituitary gland. And luckily that I was in my hospital, you know, I'm quite known, Shanaz, everybody
Right.
knows me. So I was able to help navigate the care that she needs. And she actually did surgery within probably the 2 weeks time. And so she get that removed. It's about 10 years now, and she's doing very good.
Well,
I
an
hope-
aunt of mine is suffering from the same migraine headache, tremendous migraine,
Yes.
and I advise her to go get it looked at, and
Yes.
it's a very similar case. And on that note, I'll say good night to Dr. Amarnath Duki in Guyana, the #1 neurosurgeon in Guyana. Thank you for locking on to the Caribbean Voice presentation of a mind-body connection. What a wonderful doctor and a wonderful friend you are indeed. Auntie Nalini and Michael Naidu, thank you for joining us. It's late, but it's better to be late than never. And Mr. Zach Rozan, good night to you. Good night, Angela Ramsaran. Thank you guys very much. We are urging you, guys and girls, to take better care of your health. Right? Your health is your wealth. To get yourself examined. In America, we're all paying for health insurance. Well, I know I am, and it's a chunk, you know. So
Who you telling?
get yourself examined today.
And you know, another thing that's exposure. If you're exposed to radiation, that's another thing that you could bring breast cancer onto you. So try your very best. That's why when you go to do a chest X-ray, they cover you up so they could protect your chest area and your heart. that you're not exposed too much to the radiation that's there. Okay. Another thing is that obesity. If you're obese, you're increasing your chance of breast cancer. So another thing to do now is to try exercise and do some walking. At least talk to your doctor before you start all these things. Exercise,
right, you have to make sure your heart is capable of putting all that pressure onto your body, especially when you're not accustomed to exercise on a regular basis. So guys, everything we're starting, you have to start out a little bit drastically, not drastically, slowly over time, it'll improve.
Yes, gradually, the word we want to say. You
gradually,
start gradually.
You'll improve.
And you can start from walk 1 block today, then tomorrow you start 2, then the other week you might start like 10 blocks. So exercise, you want to lose weight. Despite, Shanaz, despite some of us are chunky, we could still be healthy. We can walk, we can exercise, and try to maintain a solid weight that's good for us. Another thing that you can, if you begin to have your menstruation early, before the age of 12, by 12, you are increasing your risk of breast cancer, and that you can change. You can change your dieting, but you can't change that, right? And if you begin in your menopause at an older age, it's no good either. You can get breast cancer. So all these things that some of them I didn't even know about. Let's see, Lena is saying, you guys try to make your sucker
shakes with soursop leaf, neem leaf, nuts, coconut water, 3 fruit, 3 vegetable of your choice, and it's really good. Well, I always eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's part of my diet, and a lot of fish and meat. Hey, Oma Davy, good night to you. I'll be seeing you pretty soon. April 27 is the date for Chutney Wine.
Also, if you have your child very older, if like an older woman after 30 years old, you increase your chance of getting breast cancer. If you have never become pregnant, you are at risk for breast cancer. I mean, any woman could get breast cancer. And postmenopausal hormone therapy, as you know, that sometimes that when some women get their menstruation, it's rough and it's tough on them. And I can see that as a man. I see some of my colleagues.
Wow, yes,
how
you
they're
really
suffering.
have that empathy towards them, because you know that
they're suffering.
They're suffering. They're going through something that you cannot deal with. Hey, Auntie Nafisa Noor, good night, you. Candy Lal, good night, and the beautiful Sherry Love. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Caribbean Voice presentation of a mind-body connection every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Island Zone Radio.
Yes, and I like that name, Sherry Love.
Sherry Love must be a very loving person, and love is a gift we all could give. We could always use a little bit more of love in our day.
And I see Alan Goodram respond to migraines can be caused of any of the number of factors, including, so I would strongly advise seeing a doctor, and if necessary, ask for a brain scan. Yes, absolutely. So please let us know, Maya. We will be looking forward for more information
and
from
more
you as you go.
From
yes,
you.
Updates. Give us those updates. We are rooting for you, and we want the very best for you here on the Mind-Body Connection. Shanaz, you said postmenopausal, right? You said that the risk of breast cancer decreased when women stop taking these hormonal medications. So, and you should talk to your doctor before you stop doing this. Let them know that you're concerned. So they could probably lower your dose or stop it.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing is that drinking too much alcohol is no good. Could increase your risk.
Well, you should say that out loud one more time.
They said drinking too much of alcohol can increase your chance of getting breast cancer.
Wow. Good night to my handsome Roshan Ramnarayan, always supporting Shanaz's musical sensation and the Caribbean voice. Home and abroad, we're making a difference in homeland Guyana and around the world. We thank you for all your calls, your comments, and your feedback every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. It's the Caribbean Voice presentation. Remember, 5 minutes of your time could save a life. And suicide prevention is everybody's business. As we begin reading the newspaper again, it seems to be on the rise, or is it going down in Guyana?
You know what, sometimes to me, I know Alan will answer this better, but...
So Mr. Anna will give us an update in our chat box about the suicide rate in Guyana.
Because I think, Shalaz, it fluctuates. Sometimes I'm hearing 2 people died, and then sometimes I'm hearing... I'm not hearing anything about suicide, but then sometimes when I hear it's like, I hear 2 people died of suicide, so I don't know. All them food and make me
Good night to Mr. Waterflow. Mr. Waterflow posted that he's making Gail Barker curry. So hey, Mr. Waterflow, we would love to share your Gail Barker curry. And on Budram, good night to you, the founder of the Caribbean Voice, making a difference in homeland Guyana and everywhere abroad. Good night, Auntie Jamila Umrao. How you're doing, Auntie Jamila? Tell us where you're locked on to. You're locked on to Island Zone. From where? Good night, Christina Gokul. Thank you guys very much for your love and your support as we giving you advice. Remember to be the voice also. Spread it and give good advice to someone in need. Always be encouragement. You know?
Exactly so. Let's see.
Arjuna Madre said in Guyana they have too much poison. At one time, I believe they were. You have to get it under control. You have to get a lock and a key, and it has to be protected. And then they're not selling it to everyone. So I know Auntie Jamila is locked on to us from Antigua. Thank you very much, Auntie Jamila. Thank you very much, Arjuna from New Jersey. Let us know where you're locked on from.
Yeah, I miss Madre. I haven't seen him I think it was last week.
Maybe he was in the prayers. He was doing prayers. So guys,
okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Faisal Hanif. Good night to you from Ontario, Canada.
I see Lena, I drink a lot of soy milk before I have my menopause, and I didn't feel no symptoms like hot flashes.
Well, let's talk about hot flashes because I've worked with so many ladies and they're going through their 40s and their 50s. So yeah, hot flashes are very serious.
So Alan Goodram says, on a yearly basis, suicide may have been decreasing, but it's higher than the government admits, and many people are seeking help, including from the Caribbean Voice. So yes,
that's right. It's important because in Guyana we are well recognized, the Caribbean Voice. Even government officials are reaching out to us because they know we are doing the work in Guyana. We have, as we said, certified counselors around the world, especially in homeland Guyana. And I love the group we had, the campaign, and where's every village we go to create a workshop, and we do have the workshop going on. Mr. Ryan Jeffrey, good night to you. Arjuna, thank you. Mr. Parmanan Ramlochan, how you doing? Peggy Ramsing, good night to you from Pennsylvania. I do believe Peggy is new, so welcome to the Caribbean Voice. Auntie Jean Bajan, good night to you. You'll be missing in action. Ravi Mohan Samwaru of Canada, good night to you. Mr. Muhammad Ali, welcome. Ryan Khan, how you doing? Auntie Hasina Bano, welcome. And we do have some music for you because as we believe everyone is asking for music and the old tunes, because music is its own therapy, as we said. It brings a little bit of joy, it takes the stress away, whether it's just for a moment or so. We would love for you guys to be a little relaxed. So let's go with the oldies are goldies. Do enjoy. Good night to you, Ryan Khan, Auntie Hasina Bano, Mohammed Ali, thank you very much. Angela Ramsaran, good night to you. Auntie Jean Bajan, thank you very much.
And Aneta Galu, thank you very much for your encouragement. Thank you very much for always your tuning in to us too. Welcome on this flight.
भी अब तो वीराना लगता है, हर अपना हमको बेगाना लगता है, हम तेरी यादों में खोए रहते हैं, लोग हमें पागल दीवाना कहते हैं, मची क्यों हलचल सब कुछ अलग सा लगने लगा ये दर्द कैसा जगने लगा कभी ना सुकून आया कभी ना करार आया जब से है तुम पे मुझको प्यार आया चाहेंगे तुम्हें बस तुम्हारी बात करेंगे चाहेंगे तुम्हें बस तुम्हारी
Love is in the air, and love is always in the air. Our love for each and every one of you. Remember to love yourself, and then you'll be able to love everyone and everything around you. Auntie Jean, thank you very much. Sylviana Harilal, good night to you. Sharia, how you doing tonight? Auntie Maureen Ramcharan, the beautiful Linda Singh, how you doing tonight? Linda is a spokesperson for the Caribbean Voice. Riza Rahman, good night to you. Shanti Mohan, how you doing tonight? It's a beautiful night. Remember to make it beautiful. Do not let anyone steal your thunder or anyone steal your joy. Right?
That's correct.
Don't let anyone. You have to give them that opportunity to make you sad or make you depressed, and don't give them that opportunity. Always be an upper hand. Have that upper hand. So Ken, you're not gonna piss me off tonight.
All right.
Nalini Bagwandan, good night to you. Sherry Ann, good night. Angela, thank you very much. Bibi Hawk is at work, but she's joining us. Zalari Sigabin, how you doing tonight? Arjuna Madre. And we're going to talk about the movie. Hey, that was DJ Kevin Narayan. Let's play DJ Kevin Narayan as he is locked on to the Caribbean Voice presentation of a mind-body connection. Thank you for the mix, DJ Kevin. Faisal Hanif, good night to you. Auntie Nalini Bhagwandin, good night to you. Mr. Anand Bodram wrote, please guys give a shout out to Bibi. She has been missing from Facebook a couple of days. So yes, the beautiful Bibi Ahmad from Guyana, our own Caribbean Voice coordinator in Guyana. I hope everything is well with her. And let's go to an oldie as we have Kevin Narayan on. Dave Kadernat, how you doing? Auntie Line, good night to you. Let's read Auntie Line's comment. Good night to Annette. Good night, Kevin. Yes, we love all your mix, and we're always playing your mix right here on Island Zone Radio.
Lenai said, I'm in the medical field too. Trust me, I never sick in my life, not even flu. The only time I went to the hospital is to give birth to my son, 29 years old. I believe in God in everything I do, and it does work for me. You have to believe in your faith too. I have to say I am blessed. Well, that's beautiful. You are truly blessed because guess what? You have never been sick. And I see Annette Dalu said, thank you, Uncle Kenneth Ramprasad. So proud of you. Keep up the good work. God blessings on you as you walk this new path in life, helping others. Well, thank you very much. It's always good to hear these uplifting,
kind and supportive words from our loved ones.
Yes.
Auntie Alimun Azimola, good night to you. Hey, Tasha Henry, good night to you from Queens. Yes, our studio is in Queens too. That is the Island Zone Radio. And we are encouraging and inviting each and every one of you, if you would like to be in our seats, do come aboard, and we'll be having you guys in our featured studio in following weeks. So guys, good night to each and every one of you. If you know someone that will benefit from our conversation, do reach out to them and send them the link so they can watch us as well. I am watching you both at The Bachelor and The Bachelor. Wow, Auntie Una is watching The Bachelor, and I love that show as well. Suraj Ramprasad, good night to you. Always busting some awesome tunes, and we love listening to you on the radio. Auntie Fiza Rahim, good night to you.
Angela, always something fresh. She says
she's watching The Bachelor as well. We need to have a guy, a West Indian guy up there for The Bachelor. Can you guys suggest someone?
And guess what? She's keeping one eye on us and one on The Bachelor. Beautiful thing to do. And Chris Alberto.
World Boss, good night to you. Auntie Una, I do my yearly mammogram, and that is very important. Your health is your wealth. We, the Caribbean Voice, is urging each and every one of you to take care of yourself. So let's go with Mr. Kenneth, and he have some more information for each and every one of us.
Yes, and I want to say hello to Chris Albert, World Boss. You know, he's a good friend of mine. I got to tell you, yesterday I told him he's a good friend of mine, and he's such a blessing, and I'm so glad he came into my life. A young guy, actually he worked for Action News. He's a guy that does the writing on Action News here in New York, and I'm so glad that he is in my life. You know, with these little computers and little things too, he helped. He always there. Right. Yes, so we talk about always maintain a healthy diet. You know, choose a healthy diet. Women who eat Mediterranean diet supplemented with extra virgin oil, mixed nuts, have good reduced risk of breast cancer. So if you're choosing to eat the Mediterranean diet, it's a good thing. Also, I have to say, if you add olive oil in your diet and we use nuts and so on, it's very good. It's good for your heart. It's good heart health. So I always try to add some nuts and some oil, extra virgin oil in my salad when I'm eating. It's a good thing. Okay, so it's always good. These things, as we talk week after week, we see how important, Shanaz, it is to eat a balanced diet,
and a healthy
exercise, try mindfulness.
Some of the food we eat makes us feel weak and sick. So if you know something's making you sick, stay away from it. Hey, Anand Siram, good night to you. Auntie Fiza, good night to you. And Line, thank you very much for all your comments. The beautiful Neela Pawaru Narayan, our own Caribbean Voice member, good night to you.
And you know, we are running down on a part of this here, and it says, you know what, if you have all these problems ahead of you, you have family who have all these breast cancer and so on, always speak to your doctor. Let them know what's going on with you, that they will be able to help map out a treatment or map out your care while you're alive. When to do your check, they will tell you when to do your mammogram and all these things.
And it's important to tell your doctor all the medications you're taking, because they all have side effects. They're all working differently, so sometimes it doesn't work. If you're taking something for a headache and you're also taking it for something else, it might have some side effects. You know? And
you know, like everything that you do, there is side effects. Another thing is that, so we're gonna say, you know, a sure way that you can know that if you have breast cancer, that I didn't mention earlier, is to do a biopsy. That you can go in and your doctor will do a simple procedure where they will take a piece of your tissue, of the breast tissue, and they will send it for test, and they will see if you have if you're positive or you're negative.
But that is more advanced into testing, exactly, and if they find blood work and other scan come back, and if it says positive, or you know, they have the signs, they will do more advanced. So guys, don't get scared. That's way past our just basic checkup where you have to go to your doctor. Your medical doctor is very important. Safra Zamar from Toronto, Canada, good night to you. Dolari, how you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Zulfikar Ali Baksh is always posting, and he's always inspiring others, writing happy birthday for them. Angela, good night to you. Yes. Auntie Fiza Rahim.
And I want to say to my friend in Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Dolari Fernand. She's always so inspiring and always good. You know what? She is not very rich, but her words and the things that she says, it's always good. And I always admire her, and I'm so glad that she's by my side. I could tell you of one of the few people that I have on my side, but many people, she is one of them that I'm so glad we talk on Facebook, and she's one of my very good friend on Facebook, always with encouraging words. And thank you for tuning in at this time. I know it's not early in Trinidad and Tobago, so thank you, my dear. Always good to see you on. So, you know, another thing that women could do, if your doctor tells you that you have breast cancer, these are some of the things you will need to do. You can sit down, take your family in with you. Your family should go with you. Listen to all what the doctor is going to say. and let them decide how they are going to help you. Either you do radiation treatment, either you can choose chemotherapy, you can do, some women, Shanaz, what they choose to do, I think, if I'm correct, Angela Jolie, which you can remove all of your breast, everything, and so that, you know.
And Angelina Jolie is a beautiful spokesperson when it comes to health, and yes, she's an actress. So guys, follow someone that you know that's out there and making a difference.
Yes, so these options you have, and you know, another thing that we're going to talk about, Shanaz, I see we have, time is rolling, we have half an hour more to go. Another thing that you want to know, if you're getting chemotherapy, a lot of women, these are, you know, in fact, you can talk to your doctor, ask him, if you take chemotherapy, what are some of the problems you're going to get?
The
like
side effects.
The side effects.
Like you have benefits, and then you might have some adverse reaction, and you have side effects towards some things. So it's good to know.
And you know, Shanaz, for the people that I see, the patients I have, and I know that you probably see some of them, it's like chemotherapy. It pulls you through the mud.
It does. It does.
It pulls you through the mud. Your hair fall off. You know, your skin it's changed. Your mouth, you may get sore mouth.
Very weak. Your immune system become more fragile to every other bacteria and sickness out there. And it's very sad for anyone going through that. So always remember to be a helping hand to others. If you can't be with them at their doctor's office, just give them a few words of advice, a little encouragement. You know, it takes a lot of your self-esteem when you're going through one of these sicknesses.
Exactly. So imagine you wake up one day and you see yourself that you doesn't have any hair on your head. Some women choose to take out their hair and let people know that they are survivor of breast cancer, which is a good thing, and that's a brave thing to do.
And on that note, I'd like to give a shout out to someone very famous in Queens, the beautiful Auntie Ramola Prasad. She's an inspiration, she's motivation. And not forgetting Mr. George Nandan, who's writing his story and always keeping us, the Caribbean Voice, up to date with his wife's progress.
Right.
And how she's going. And, you know, I wrote in our personal chat, she is a wonderful lady. I've met her over and over. And we went to several different occasions together. And it was a surprise, you know. I met her over summer, and then winter came, and I heard she was sick, and it was a stage 4
cancer. Yeah. So, you know, Shanaz, and we can talk that, you know, life is unpredictable, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and that's why we advise and we tell people to live your best life today. You know, and always take care of yourself. And one of the good thing about this story, and I'm hoping that both of us can go there one day, and that we can, after all of this is done, and you know, we are wishing her a speedy recovery and hoping that she get well, that she can sit with us and talk to myself and Shanaz of this whole process. And she's so very lucky, and we could talk about this, where she have her husband George, who is my friend on Facebook. We have met, but you know, he's a great guy.
He's a wonderful guy, spokesperson for the Caribbean Voice, and he's always motivating youngsters and adults. And if you hear from him and his story, I'll post a comment in our chat, because I did interview him years back. And he also came a storyline simple as yours. You know, in Guyana, where you have the education, you did not take it seriously. But then you come to America, you grab that opportunity. And he's a nurse in one of the top hospitals in Florida. So good night to you, Mr. George Nandan, always making some motivational songs that has meanings to them. Maureen Ramcharan, good night to you. Mr. Shabir Bax, Prince Omar, good night to you. How you doing? Bibi Haq, good night to you. Let's big up the No Janjat group. The No Janjat group and Mr. Shabir Bax. We're all coming for Sapadilla and coconut water. Good night, Auntie Razia. How you doing? Ray Samoro, good night to you. As we continue to talk, let's go back to an oldie.
किसी और से मोहब्बत, किसी और से मोहब्बत ना हुई, ना है, ना होगी। हमें आपसे शिकायत ना हुई, ना इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर इश्क है तो इश्क का इजहार कर दिल मेरे इंतजार कर
And we are back. And he is all ready to talk about
Yes, thank you. Welcome to the Mind-Body Connection, courtesy of the
Caribbean Voice. Selena, Imraj, good night to you. Maureen Ramcharan, good night to you. Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring, and we do appreciate it. Zelina B. Singh, good night to you. How you doing? Maureen, good night to you. And thank you, Mr. Shabir. We'll be on our way to Florida pretty soon. Auntie Razia, good night to you.
And so, yes, we should be more aware of our body. We should
We should be the doctor for our own body.
Yes, I agree with you. You should know your body, and then you can go tell the doctor what's going on, what you're feeling. You know
Auntie Una Prasad, thank you for your input. And she wrote, I believe we should be aware of our body. That's we open our topic starting about that, how important it is so we can know our eyes, our ears, and our breasts, how it feels. Different time of the month it might feel different, but if you trace it along few months, you will know, okay, it's a normal thing, you know, it gets the size, the shape, the color, everything changes. And as you mentioned earlier, if it's starting to look a little yellow, or the nipples are going in, or it's a little saggy, you know, be aware, go to the doctor.
Also, you know, as we talk about chemotherapy, I want to tell you, if you all your hair drop out,
Right, you could get something looking as amazing as natural hair. And one of our beautiful doctors, Dr. Rita Gandhi, she was a beautiful doctor and nephrologist, and it was very sad that one day she came, and over the time I was talking to her, and as a doctor she took herself to a little bit to check us out, and it was cancerous, and obviously over time I took her to get a wig, and we altered to suit her face. It looked so natural that no one knew except, you know, a few of us. That I took her to get a wig and some personal care. No one knew towards the end that she was really sick, because we were always boosting her up and, you know, giving her the right things to eat.
I see Deepa Das, what is she locked on from Florida. Thank you very much, and always supporting me, and always writing nice things.
On Island Zone Radio, the Caribbean Voice presentation of the Mind-Body Connection. It's important to have a good, solid mind as we take care of our body. Go hand in hand.
Yes, also tonight, what I want to say is that if you choose to cut off your breast and start pulling your breast,
Right?
There's something that shattered your who you are. Like I said, if you have a good part of they love you for who you are really and supporting you.
Alan Goodman said, guys, there's a unique thing happening among our listeners here. They have created a warm and emotional home here. Each week we are the list, and they build family, and build family is an intrinsic Caribbean voice thing. So
thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan Goodram, for writing. The music is covering your voice. Thank you very much. Let's slow that down. Let's talk about the American Cancer Society says that you should do a mammogram starting at age 40 years old. So at 40 years old, you
I
should
think
start.
that's too old,
Yeah,
because as Mr. Shabir Baksh wrote earlier, and he's very concerned about two youngsters in their 20s. So, you know, get
But there's
checked
always
out.
this is a lot of studies that they have done, and
You have to at 40. It's mandatory.
yes, you do your annual mammogram, and you check your breast, especially if you have, you know, if you have a strong history of breast cancer, then I would say you do things more regularly and routinely. You know, clinical breast exam should be done every 3 years in women in their 20s and 30s, and yearly for women who are 40s, you know, and year and older. You know, and you can always do an MRI, which is a more intense
Right.
study on what's going on. Let's see, mammogram every year for women at higher risk, greater than 20%, start at age 30. Women at moderate increased risk should talk with their primary care doctor. Like we said, you always let doctor know what you're doing, okay? Starting at 20, like your breast, you should start to do your breast examination. It's an option for women to do, you know what I'm saying?
And Auntie Razia Hussein wrote, she said, I'm my own doctor. I usually tell the doctor what I need and what I want done on my body. Thank you, Auntie Razia. That's right. You have to be aggressive when it comes to taking care of yourself, you know.
It's good to be assertive.
Every care is different. Not everybody, you know, everybody's care is the same. Hey, Sash Jagdeo, good night to you. Thank you very much. Auntie Line, Auntie Angela Ramsaran, good night to you. Love is in the air and love for yourself and others. That's right. Auntie Fiza Rahim, good night to you.
And you know, Shanaz, when you're saying that, you know, if you have a cup full of love, the love that's in the cup is for you. And what's coming out of the cup is for everybody else. So make sure you save the love that's in the cup for yourself, and then you share it for anybody else, okay? I see we have some comments. Great topic. Shanaz and Ken, thank you guys. Well, thank you very much for your kind words. It really does mean a lot to us here. We are new to this, and we are still growing a lot. And with your help and your support, we will continue to grow, and we will continue to bring great topics for you guys to listen to. As I said, myself and Shanaz were talking, that we want to inform you guys, to make you aware of some of the good things that you could do, so you could live better years and live a longer time. Okay?
Healthy and long life. That's what we want for each and every one of you. Auntie Jolari Sigobin, good night to you. Thank you very much. Auntie Fiza Rahim, good night to you. Bibi Hawk is working, but she's still joining us on the Caribbean Voice presentation every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Island Zone Radio. Auntie Fiza Rahim, good night to you. She said, I do my yearly mammogram. Thank you very much.
And I'm glad that you guys are sharing this, because we want you guys to be in our conversation. We don't want to be the one that's talking all the time. We want to hear what you guys say.
And you're encouraging others who are locked on and not getting their annual physical done, their mammograms. You're also encouraging them, you know what, they should have it done. Hey, Niragwan, good night to you. How you doing? Auntie Lina said, no one in my family history have cancer that I know so far. Well, thank you.
Well, you know, Lina, the other thing on that story is that sometimes it doesn't have a history, but you never know when it could, you know,
sometimes it skips a generation. That's right. It skips a generation, and it's always good to get checked out.
Yeah, my co-host is actually, we are getting in tune with each other.
Right.
And we are thinking like each other. You know, Shanaz, they're saying that, you know, the food that we eat.
Oh, yes.
Really,
very toxic.
Yes, and so we want to tell you some good food that you can eat, to some food that will be beneficial to your body. Breast cancer is a complex disease with many contributing factors. Some of these factors, such as age, family history, genetics, and gender, can be controlled, right? However, there are factors that individual can control. So we can't control our age, we can't control our gender, our genetics, and so on, but we can control of the things that we eat. For not exercising, or not choosing a proper diet. You know, some research maintain that diet could be responsible for 30 to 40% of all cancers. A variety of fruits and vegetables is important and may also help to prevent breast cancer. The following foods are considered part of a healthy diet. You know, in general, they may help to prevent the development and progression of cancer. Eat a wide variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. You know, Shanaz, you know, I've always heard this story that when you're eating, like if you're making a salad, let it be colorful. Choose a wide variety of things.
Tomatoes
Tomato,
and nuts,
pepper,
and cucumber, pepper. All those colorful peppers are very
onion.
healthy. That's right. The red onions, they all have so much ingredient and so much nutrient that will be an asset to our body. So do
Exactly,
not
so.
fill yourself with junk food and
Yeah.
things
With
that will
the
make
rice
you
and curry and the
sluggish
rice
and
and
lazy. And yes, I had salmon for dinner over some bok choy. And that's
Wow.
a new vegetable I introduced to my family. We made bok
for
choy.
you.
Just simple stir fry with onion and garlic, and it's
That's
healthy.
nice,
It's a lot
yes.
of iron. The green goes a long way.
Yes, and they say eat food that's good in fiber, such as whole grain, beans and legumes, low-fat milk and dairy products. Also, soybean-based products, food rich in vitamin D, foods particularly spicy and anti-inflammatory properties, which is good for arthritis and all these things too. A study of more than 91,000 women found that following a diet compromising mainly plants could cut the risk of cancer by 15%, and that's a good thing. Studies have also found that the following fruits and vegetables be good for preventing breast cancer. Eat dark green leafy vegetable and like kale, pepper, tomato, eggplant is very good. Citrus fruit, carrot, broccoli, onions, apple, pears, peaches, and strawberry. And like I said, always good to have a well-balanced diet every day when we're eating. We need to, as Indian, we are accustomed to eating
all the rice
and the
and
roti.
carbs.
And we know from studies here in the United States that these things are no good. They are prone for you to get diabetes and hypertension and all these things. So let's be mindful of what we're eating and what we're putting into our body.
It's better to spend the money and eat healthy right now than to be taking pills later or going to the doctors. And the beautiful Sita Bilak said, early detection will save your life. Be vigilant of your health. That's right. Good advice. Thank you very much. Auntie Lene said, everyone around the world, we have to pray for everyone around the world for good health and prosperity. And yes, the Caribbean Voice will be launching in the US pretty soon, and we're hoping that all of you that's locked on here will be joining us at our beautiful gala. Which band, you never know, which artist will keep you informed, but our Caribbean Voice Gala will be here in NYC pretty soon. We're launching in New York, and we would like to see Auntie Una, Auntie Line. My brother Chiron Madramutu is locked on from Guyana. He's doing all the work when it comes to We Got Ayubak organization with my brother Mr. Buddy Singh, and they'll be having their annual show at Amazur Concert Hall April 27th. So guys, come on down to Chutney Wine. We support all the non-for-profit organization that's making a difference in Guyana, and they've been supporting us also, the Caribbean Voice.
I know Buddy Singh had his birthday sometime.
That's right.
We have never met. I hope that we can meet sometime soon, because you're the man, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. May you live a long time, and God bless you with a good health. Okay.
Let's read Mr. Horace Sankar's comment.
Physical symptoms: lumps, nipple shapes changing, breast shapes, odd pus or other redness. Note: don't be alarmed. Just get it checked out. Seek physician advice. Basically, go back to the Vedic food, which was documented, right, in medicine, Ayurvedic
medicine. Yeah, always a good diet.
Turmeric,
It's
I
good.
hear a lot of folks and doctors has been saying turmeric, add that to your diet if you're cooking, incorporate it, make shakes with it, and it's very healthy. Hey, good night to my beautiful friend Chandra. Chandra Sams, how you doing? And Chandra Sam is a very inspirational person, very motivational person. And Chandra, we're talking about breast cancer. If you'd like to add something, do feel free to comment, share your input with us. Every Monday, thank you guys very much for the Caribbean Voice presentation, joining us here 8 to 10 p.m. on Island Zone Radio. You are our friends, you are our family, you are already a member of the Caribbean Voice. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is always caring. We have a few minutes more, and Mr. Kenneth Hiram will take you away with some more informative information.
Yes, and I want Marjorie to know that we miss him, and we call it out today. So don't think that we don't miss you guys.
That's
When
right.
you
We
are
know
not
who's locked
we
on
know.
and who's not. Imtiaz Ali, welcome. Line, thank you very much. Check your carbs and no start. Too much start is not
No
good,
good.
right?
That's true. You are singing our song, Line. Help us sing all the time. And survivors know a diagnosis of breast cancer is a lifelong journey, and it is so true. So you know, but it doesn't have to really be a life sentence that you're going to die tomorrow. And like we said, it's always detection. Early detection is the key. So try keep in tune with your body, know what's going on, and always get help. They said more than 2 million people in the United States are breast cancer survivor. So that's a good thing to know that people are surviving from breast cancer and it doesn't die when they hear they have breast cancer. I always want to tell you too that if you are diagnosed today with breast cancer, don't get too upset, because you know what, breast cancer, it grows very slow, and sometimes it take a long time to grow. Sometimes, you know,
and
what?
sometimes it's just sitting there not
It's
doing
sitting there,
anything. So
yes.
you know, get involved, take care of yourself, and do not worry. Sometimes the stress, as we have to do mindfulness, take things easy. Terry Ishwar, good night to you. Davey, how you're doing? And Auntie Lene said turmeric, ginger, garlic is really good. They were all inflammatory ingredients that you could incorporate in your dishes.
And Mr. Alan Budram said it right. You know, you can switch to brown rice and whole wheat flour, which is that's good for you. You know,
switch the white rice to brown rice and start using whole wheat flour. They're less carbs and they're better for you health-wise. Terry, good night to you. Thank you very much.
And it's always good to follow up with your doctor. Don't think that because you get treatment and that you're going to sit with this breast cancer, know that you're in remission. Always make sure that you follow up with your doctor and see what's going on.
Sometimes it does come back after again. A really long time, so, 2 years, and you know it shows back. So good night to each.
Some music. So yeah. Yes, guys, welcome back to the Mind Body Connection, here brought to you by the Caribbean Voice. We want to tell you that our show is on every Monday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. with Shanaz and myself. We always want to bring you good programming, and we hope that you continue to support our program. We look forward for you to listen to our program, share. And another important thing, Shanaz, as we say, sometimes we share until we get blocked. So we need your assistance. We need you to help us.
You guys are all volunteers for Caribbean Voice, so hit share and let everyone see that you're watching and listening to the Caribbean Voice presentation of the Mind Body Connection. And good night to the famous John from Queens. John from Queens is already a member of the Caribbean Voice. He is our editor when it comes to our program on QPTV channel 56, channel 34. Last week we had a very a topic that we shared on QPTV, so do watch us there. Good night to some of you guys are just joining us. Good night, good night.
I miss other John Nimit.
Mr. John Nimit, yes, that's right. Debbie Roberts, good night to you. She said a healthy diet can prevent a lot of disease. That's right.
And your friend, Miss Sonia Debidin, where is she?
Sonia Debidin, good night to my beautiful friend. She's always very supportive of very informative information. Next week is, I believe, at the end of March, we'll be wrapping up on cancers. If you guys have any comments or your friends suffering from something, do send them the link so they could add us and respond to our messages.
And another thing that I want to tell you, you know, the guy that on the game show that was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, stage 4.
Right.
You know, when your cancer has start moving around in your body, it makes it more difficult for you, especially if it's a place like your pancreas. You know, there's so much different organs right around here, and it's so easy to cross over and to start to grow, and it will cause more problem, and it's more difficult for the doctors to go and treat you. So, and Shanaz, from over the years, I've been hearing things about cancer, especially at the prostate, is that the longevity, and you hear that he said it, that he planned to beat this, that a lot of people doesn't live too long with this kind of cancer. So we are rooting for him. We hope that he get better soon, and it's good always to look at it in the way how he look at it, that to look at it in a positive way. If you look at yourself in a positive way with your diagnosis and everything, I am sure that it's going to help you down the line. And like always I said, Shanaz, it's always good, and to our viewers, to have supportive
spouses, family members, share in your care with them, so they can also be helpful, and they will understand what you're going through. They'll give you a little bit of empathy. And the beautiful Arjuna Madre wrote, neem, fresh greens, turmeric, spice, clove, pear leaf, soursop leaf, ginger, corolla, bitter melon leaf, aloe vera, boil it. They're all very good. Cool them down and keep it in the fridge. All those are very, very healthy ingredients.
Yes, Mr. Madre, you know a lot of things, and I like all them things that you're talking about.
That's right. I have all of them in my diet already. Monica, welcome to the Caribbean Voice presentation of a mind-body connection. Monica Narayan is the latest member of the Caribbean Voice, and she loves to sing. So we'll be seeing her on stage representing the Caribbean Voice, supporting us, the Caribbean Voice. Thank you very, very much. Neela Pawaru, good night to you. She wrote, that's right.
One of the worst to detect. Yes, because of the location where it is.
And I believe that was the host for Jeopardy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and I see Anand wrote a shout out to the newest member of the Caribbean Voice, Monica Narain, who is locked on. Well, thank you very much for locking on, and thank you for coming on the bandwagon with us. We welcome you, and we hope that you will continue to stay with us for a long time.
Good night to all our members of the Caribbean Voice. Folks, the Caribbean Voice is a non-for-profit organization. If you'd like to make a donation, and Mr. Anand Budwan will put the link up in our chat box. If you'd like to make a donation, it goes a far way, because we have qualified counselors in Guyana speaking out villages by villages, reaching out. We have a support group, and we're taking calls. So do call us, the Caribbean Voice. Add us on Facebook. That is the Caribbean Voice on Facebook. We have so many various social media pages, and the beautiful Neela Pawaru Narayan is always updating us. Good night to our beautiful member Bibi Ahmad in Guyana, and all the other Dr. Rodney. Some of the names we do not mention. They're always working behind the scenes, making things possible, because when it comes to a non-for-profit organization, it's very hard to maintain, and many of them just come and they go. But the Caribbean Voice has been here for almost 5 years, and we're only getting stronger. We're getting more requests from members, and we're very selective when it comes to having members and people participating, because everyone wants to join the group, but not everyone is willing to do the work. We need people who are active, who are working our group, and we could say we have very good qualified members of the Caribbean Voice working day in, day out. They're doing the work.
Yes, and we have the beautiful Miss Shanaz is our vice president of the Caribbean
Just
Voice.
one, alongside with Dr. Rodney and all the members of our board. Mr. Sham Tilak, he is the founder of the Save Abby organization, always lending a hand and advice when it comes to us, the Caribbean Voice, as well. And we say it over and over, we can't have enough organization or groups that's doing good things to help our third world countries.
Yes, I see Mr. Madre said with you all, and I thank you very much to Arjun. As you're listening, I said, I miss you last week and the other week, I believe, and I hope that you try to stay with us. Don't drift away, because we will get you, okay? So
and we know who are sharing, and if you guys are sharing and you're members, we have giveaways coming up later in the year. So we do appreciate all of your love, all your continuous support. Thank you for bringing us into your living room, whether you're watching us on your phone. Remember, if you have a smart TV, just put it on in the living room, and the entire family could watch us on their smart television.
Yes.
Just get on the internet, the same way you look at Facebook. Get on the internet and look at the Caribbean Voice.
Yes, I see. Anand just wrote that he wants to welcome the newest member, Mr. Buckley Michael, NYPD chaplain, who is certified in domestic violence and trafficking advocate. Well, congratulations, and thank you very much for joining the Caribbean Voice, and we do look forward to meet you, and so you can work with us hand in hand.
That's right. And in upcoming weeks, we'll have guests in our studios. And yes, we are inviting each and every one of you to join us. As you're looking on, you're also a member of the Caribbean Voice. Share your comments, share the chat with some friends, and you never know who will be benefiting from our comment. We will leave you with a beautiful number because we do believe in music. It's very soothing and it's therapeutic. As we wrap up our talk tonight, we were featuring a talk on breast cancer. As we say, not just ladies have breast cancer, and we don't have to wait until we're 40 or 50 to go get exam. If you notice something different, talk to your doctor, talk to your healthcare, and remember to self exams.
Exactly.
And Mr. Hiram reminded us, not just ladies have breast cancer, guys also. As
Exactly
much as
so.
the rates are low, but you never know who could fall into that category. So do get
Yes.
yourself examined.
And like I said, the vice president of North General Hospital had breast cancer, and he died of it. I was such a great guy, and he died, and you know what? North General Hospital was eventually closed down. And so you never know. And you know what? Let us continue to be kind to each other. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. Like you see that airplane crash yesterday, and all them people died.
Imagine
All the
someone on that
passengers.
flight had a bad word with someone, or they didn't end in good terms. Then it's so unsettling.
Yes,
So we
yes.
should all love ourselves first, and then we'll be able to love others. Love is the best gift to give, and it's the cheapest gift. So love yourself and love others around you. As Ken said, let that cup overflow with love.
Yes. And it's free, and you don't have to pay for it.
That's right.
Just give it.
Let's go with an oldie just for you guys. Do enjoy.
सिखा नहीं सबक तूने प्यार का तू जाने क्या मजा इंतजार का डफली वाले डफली बजा डफली वाले डफली
night, good night. Hey, welcome back to the Caribbean Voice presentation of a mind-body. The mind-body connection every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Tonight we're talking about breast cancer. Last week we talked about prostate cancer, and we would like each and every one of you to share our video, speak to your folks around in your household, and know the signs and symptoms of your health, what's going on with you, and if something look different, get it checked out. And let's read the beautiful Sarojini Gita Sukai.
She says every year 70,000 men and women of age 15 to 39 are diagnosed with breast cancer. There are no testing for youngsters as yet. Since this is going on, why can't there be some early detection? I understand it's some sort of tissue and growth process, but with technology. So Sarojini, you know, breast cancer, we have come off, when I say we, I mean those who are doing researches and so on.
Research team.
They have come a far way in terms of detecting and awareness. It's very important because you know what? You know, it's growth, and the only sad thing is that it takes a long time. Sometimes it's sitting there like for 10 years or 5 years before you really detect something. So yes, that's why we're saying early detection. Start early in checking yourself. If you have, if you feel any lump, if your breast is different, know the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. And as parents, your responsibility is to teach your kids self-examination. And you know, I really meant to play a video of how to do it, really do the test on
we will
Facebook.
attach that link in our chat so you guys could go back and click on it.
Click on it, yes. But we are doing very good, you know, in terms of treatmenting and so on. So the key is early detection for any form of cancer. Don't let it spread. When they find it in one localized area, they can do a lot of damage to that cancer and kill it out. Okay?
Auntie Lene, good night to you. Maureen Ramcharan, good night, good night, good night to each and every one of you. Auntie Razia Hussein is enjoying the oldies, and I do believe the founder of the Caribbean Voice, Mr. Anand Budram, he loved to dance, but he only danced to oldies. So let's hope you guys are dancing. Make your day a better day. Let's go. That's right. I always love dancing. Dancing, as I said, is the best exercise. And I hope to see you guys dancing. April 27 is Chutney Wine. It's happening at the Missouri Concert Hall on Jamaica Avenue. April 27, meet Mr. Kenneth there. Mr. Hiram will be there with his family supporting We Got Aya Back organization. If you'd like to get a VIP table, do call us. DJ Ryan will be there from Island Zone Radio, busting all the tunes to keep you on the dance floor.
And they want you to come towards your left so they could see your beautiful face.
So that's right. We want to meet each and every one of you. Do come out April 27 at Amazura Concert Hall. We love to support all the non-for-profit organizations because they're also supporting us, the Caribbean Voice. Auntie Mary Ann Lou, good night to you. Good night, Ryan Jeffrey. How are you doing? Maureen Ramcharan, good night. Mr. Shabir Bax, thank you guys. It seems like we're pulling the curtains down for tonight, but we will be back next Monday. Remember to do invite a few friends. If you click on or hashtag their name, it will show up on their timeline as well, and maybe they'll be very pleased that you're sharing such a topic with them. Mr. Shabir Bax, good night. Thank you guys for all your love, your continuous support. Insaf, hola, how are you doing, sir? Good night to you. Thank you guys very much for your love. Shelly Mahabir, good night. Monica Narayan, thank you for joining us. The Caribbean Voice, that dancing is the best therapy. That's right. You could be dancing and your chores around the house will be done very fast. So dance. Linda Singh, good night to you. She said do self-exam. We urges you guys to do self-exam. Mr. Horace Sankar. Mr. Horace Sankar, good night to you. Thank you for your input. And we appreciate you being here, each and every one of you, every Monday supporting us. The Caribbean Voice presentation of the Mind-Body Connection. Until next time, Auntie Razia, thank you very much. Auntie Una, thank you very much. Yes, I'm saving tickets for Auntie Una because she's my dance partner.
Really?
She's my dance partner alongside my beautiful friends Sonia Debedine, Auntie Razia Hussein, Auntie Nalini, and they're all coming to Chutney Wine. They want to dance with DJ Fest. That's what I heard.
Really?
They want to dance with DJ Fest.
So DJ Fest, you got your work cut out. You better start practice. You have enough time to get these shots together.
And Linda Singh will be there too. Shelly Mahabir, good night. Thank you for joining us. I believe Shelly is brand new to the Caribbean Voice as well. Maureen Ramcharan, thank you for your love and continuous support. Let's pull the curtains down just for tonight. We'll leave you with an oldie, and we hope that you will dance the rest of the night and be productive all along towards, Friday.
The screen is moving so fast, but I do recognize the name there. I hope that's the person. Insaf Ullah, if you're from Essequibo, thank you very much for tuning in. Say hello to everyone. Yes, this is Uncle Kenneth, if you're watching. And guys, I always tell you, please continue to share our video. That we can only do so much. We want these topics to reach far away. We want our people in Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, wherever that they can get this message, that we could save a life. So please help us share these messages and share our page that people can get to see it, okay? Until then, have a very pleasant week and a safe week, okay?
Have a productive week ahead. Good night. God bless and take care of you and your loved ones. Good night. All the best from the Caribbean Voice.
Good night, everyone.
मरने से पहले कुछ करने से